It is, the days are long and the years are short, but the days are long.
We're in it. We have a
How old are they?
4-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Yeah, those are long. Those days are long, but the years, all of a sudden, I'm like, wait, why don't you guys want to talk to me anymore?
I know, it's so hard.
When does that start
It's a
happening?
mindfuck.
Well, actually, that's why I made the product that I made, JB Scrub, is they I think it's like around puberty-ish, but it's like a little bit before that. Like one day they're like, Mom, you have to come wipe my butt, like literally. And the next day they've locked the bathroom door and you're like, it's like around 10 or something. They're like, I can take my own shower. I'm like, can you?
Wait, that's so weird that they
Can
lock
you?
the door. If
They
my daughter locked
right.
the door, I would be like,
Well, I don't know anything about girls.
I would
by
start
the way.
spiraling. Oh my God, I didn't even think about stuff like that.
Do you have a girl and a boy?
Older girl, younger boy.
Younger boy. I mean, they're very different creatures from what I hear.
I mean, our
but
daughter's like very dainty, but I've never seen like the boy just like crashing into stuff and breaking stuff and banging his head into everything.
How do you think
No,
3
no,
are?
I know you know, but
Well, just trust that when they get to that age, your daughter will have like a 12-step Korean skincare routine that you will be like, how do you know how to do that? She'll be demanding drunk elephant. And your boy will be maybe pouring some conditioner on his head and walking out of the shower without rinsing it off. And you're like, you smell and you're disgusting.
I don't know. Michael Bostic's hair routine is a Korean 10-step.
Is it?
Yeah, he has a
it's
Korean
not a Korean
10-step with
10-step.
the,
It's just a slick back
the
and a
specific
hit it with
brush.
a comb.
It's a whole thing. It's like it's a lot. This is what this says on this sheet that Sarah Hyland gives you credit for saving her life after a violent relationship.
Oh, that's very sweet of her.
You were like, it sounds like a mother to her.
I was a responsible adult that happened to be around at the right time.
So-
But I'm sure another responsible adult would have done the exact same thing. I just love her.
So do you look at her like maternally?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I look at her and Ariel and Nolan and, well, Rico was always like an adult, a tiny adult. But yeah, no, I look at them all like my kids. I
So
love
can you
them.
just text them or call them anytime?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Absolutely.
So you guys
yeah.
are like a real family.
Well, I was thinking it's weird because you saw them grow. I mean, how old were they when the youngest one
They
started?
were 11. Well, Nolan, Rico, Ariel were all 11. Sarah was actually just 18, but she looked like she was 13 because she's so petite.
Adorable.
Sorry, my salad. I'm burping up my salad. I'm just going to say it.
It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's
I
like,
want to know what kind of salad it was.
it was just the salad that I make at home every single day. It's
What
really
you're gonna
boring.
have to tell us what that
Everyone
is.
wants to
So
know the
boring.
salad. That's
Sorry.
what happens on
Yeah,
these
this
things. Now
week-
you,
yeah,
Are you fucking kidding?
Oh,
that's what happens.
They want to
And
know
they'll be
the
mad
salad.
at us if we don't ask you.
What exactly?
Okay,
was-
then here's my salad.
Okay,
It's
go.
the same damn thing every day. It is baby spinach, baby arugula, tomatoes, avocados, a little bit of chicken.
Okay.
Not much. And then here's the key, because all of that is just making way for French poodle, which is the dressing, which we get shipped to my house in cases. And it's
French poodle.
it's a restaurant maybe, or was once up in Fancylandia. Where's like French Laundry and stuff up there?
I don't
Like,
know, but this,
I'm ordering it right away.
Yeah,
it is. I would put it on a doorknob and eat it. It's just
that place
delicious.
What
better
is
get
it
ready,
like
'cause
olive oil, lemon, and
It's
garlic?
It's a vinaigrette that is really flavorful and makes everything delicious. Put on chicken, vegetables, anything.
And you eat the salad every single day. As much as
Every
you
single day.
What are you talking about every single day?
she eats it every day.
Every day?
Yeah, but I never change it either.
Ever. Just every day.
I'm
Same
like
song.
that too. I like the same thing every day.
Every day.
I eat a bowl of meat, like a big bowl of meat
Can you say that this is real? The
Yeah,
words
it's
that she
real, it's
said.
real.
every day.
Is it
It's something
cooked
she
meat?
never ate it. No, it's cooked meat.
It's
Yeah.
ground beef every day.
Do you know
Huge
that I
one.
grew up eating raw meat?
Go off on that. I love ramen.
What's better? My mom grew up in the Midwest in the 50s and 60s, and we would be making hamburgers in Baltimore in the 70s and 80s, and she was like, take a little pinch, pour some salt on there, and pop it in her mouth. And I was like, what are you doing? She's like, try it.
It's good.
Oh my God. To this day, and I stopped eating meat years and years and years ago, and not for moral reasons. I went to boarding school. The meat was bad. I said, you'll never make me eat meat again.
Huh.
But that's the one thing I miss.
Is a little bit of raw.
hamburger meat with salt and pepper on it.
Oh, TikTok's
Damn.
gonna love that.
That's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be the
do
clip.
that.
That's gonna
No,
be the one.
that was the best.
That's gonna go viral.
You're gonna go on social, and that's
I
what's gonna
know
go.
that it's terrible for you. And I remember as a kid, I was like, I'm not sure we can. But my mom was like, she wasn't a bad mom at all, but she was like, pork is the bad one. That's trichinosis.
Okay.
Beef is fine.
Yeah, if you get a good, clean, quality source of beef, like it's actually pretty
I
good. for you.
don't know what we were getting from the AMP was necessarily what you're talking about.
But I mean,
Was it grass-fed, grass-finished, 100% organic?
No.
but the meat supplies since then have been altered a lot.
Even worse and worse. Yes.
Yeah.
But I have to say, shout out to Susie. She was a great mom, hi mom. She was not trying to kill us.
Yeah, I love it. I'm going to do that to Zaza. Okay, on your podcast, you talk about quitting.
I did. I quit the podcast.
Go off on that. I would love to hear more about that and how you look at quitting.
Well, we wanted to do. I did it with this guy named Chad Sanders, who is.
When did you do this?
2 years ago.
Why didn't we talk at the time?
3 years ago, 2 years ago. There was all that COVID stuff, and I don't even know. It's like when I think about, in my mind, I mean, you guys had babies during it, but in my mind, it's like a gray veil over those years. I'm like, what happened? We got through it. That's what we did. But I was not able to do a lot of other work at the time, and I didn't know that, because nothing was filming. And then I had no idea that podcasting was like full-time business.
Yeah.
It's full-time.
Yeah.
And Chad's also a writer, and at a certain point, I was just like, I'm going back to work. I was going to work on a show, and so we just said we're quitting, and that our show was about quitting. So why not quitting things that hold you back?
But
I agree. It's like quitting things that don't serve you to make room for other opportunities that are positive.
I have a friend who says that he always feels better after crying, throwing up, or quitting a job.
Wow, that's a good one.
I know. And I was like, wow, that is specific, but that's true. Like, I mean, obviously a job that you needed to quit. But a lot of people, you get into a rut or a routine, or you feel obligations. And by the way, sometimes you can't quit stuff.
Right.
You got mouths to feed. We're not the luxury of just walking away. But during COVID, especially, tons of people walked away from their jobs and said, I'm not doing this anymore. And many have not returned. So I thought that was a fascinating topic.
They didn't let you film anything during COVID? You guys couldn't have like a little isolated bunker?
We did. I shot a couple things during COVID, and it was depressing. Because for me, it's like, I'm not the most social person, and I get my socializing on set. I'm running around chatting with everybody. I have the best day. They put you in these little like tents between scenes, and you're all alone, and you want to go drink water. You go into like a phone booth, pull your mask down, drink. I mean, I was like, this is sad, and this is making me sad. So I did a couple jobs during COVID, but
that's what was weird about. Obviously, we're in the podcast world, but and I think it was like a real moment because you could do a lot of these during that.
Yes.
And you couldn't do kind of in the entertainment world, you couldn't really do anything else.
Right. There was nothing. You could, but it was really depressing because I realized how much being on a set. I love a set. I love it. I love the grips. I love the electric. I love the camera guys. I like the writers. I like the whole thing. And then I go home and I feel like my social battery is completely full, and I don't need to go out at night. But then going at COVID and being between, they go take you back to your tent and sit there, and I was like, oh, this is awful.
I totally understand. I get my social from the podcast. And then you go home and you're like, you're good.
You don't feel a need to talk and talk and talk.
Right. I used to be a bartender, and it was the same. It's like bartending actually is like podcasting, and is probably, I would assume, you're good.
Yes.
You're good.
You're good. You get filled up.
Yeah.
What did you do before podcasting?
Nothing to do with anything in media. I was in commerce space and had an ad agency.
And JetBed.
And manufacturing business. I was all over the place.
And you're into, is that hockey on your arm, or is that a hatchet?
No, these are hatchets.
Oh, they're hatchets. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a hatchet.
What's
on your leg?
I did used to play hockey.
What's on your leg?
Wait, she didn't know your wife does not know that
what a hatchet.
you have
I thought it was
hatchets
like
on your
an
arms?
axe.
To be honest, I don't think she knows what hatchet means. I think she just calls them axe. My wife is amazing in a million things, but I noticed that like for certain things, like if it's an axe, it's an axe and it's not a hatchet. Does that make sense?
I do because I honestly just took a stab with hatchet. I could have said axe.
Isn't that